Here now, those 7 Rolls-Royce Adora engines powering up as they position for their display takeoff. And a little bit of red, white and blue with a red arrows prime. The brakes are about 2-second intervals now, and as they get airborne, they'll join into 7-arrow formation. Team for 2012. It's the Magnificent 7. It's the Red Arrows. The team is led by Red 1 Squadron Leader Jim Turner. They're putting up in 4G and he's called them into 7-arrow formation. The aircraft now close up to be about 8 feet apart as they form one big red arrow a mile above us in the sky. Jim is a former Jaguar qualified weapons instructor and Jaguar display pilot and was a red arrow from 2005 to 2007. This is his first year as leader. His most recent role has been working with the Royal Saudi Air Force's equivalent to the Red Arrows, where he was their official advisor. You heard the team there forming shuttle formation. Those 4 aircraft on the wings are now dropping back to be a beam Red 6's aircraft directly behind the leader. In this position further back, they still fly references from that lead aircraft and just trust that the jet only 8 feet away is in the correct place. From your right hand side, this is the shuttle roll. Formation as we look tail on is Red 5 Squadron Leader Martin Higgins. Higgy is the team's executive officer and has rejoined for this year, having previously flown from 2005 to 2007. He's a former Tornado F3 pilot and Hawk flying instructor and flew operationally in Iraq and as the commander of the air defence flight in the Falkland Islands. As the smoke comes off, the wings have straightened to form flanker. Those outside pilots must anticipate their inputs to keep the wings straight, so they use the cadence in Red 1's command.
Coming, left, now. Now,
So that was flanker formation. The team will now form Phoenix for an emotional part of this year's routine. When they present Phoenix crowd front, Reds 4 and 5 on the outside of the formation will smoke red to remember our lost friends and colleagues, Flight Lieutenant John Egging and Flight Lieutenant Sean Cunningham, who were both tragically killed in separate accidents last year. In Phoenix now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our memorial bend for Eggman and Sean. Continuing with the theme of remembrance, this year, in fact last week, saw the unveiling of the memorial to the Royal Air Force and Commonwealth aircrew from Bomber Command who lost their lives during World War II. The memorial in Green Park in London honours the 55,573 young men who, all as volunteers at an average age of only 22, lost their lives for our freedom. So now in Vixen formation, from your right-hand side with some red, white and blue, this is our tribute to the personnel of Bomber Command. The aircraft there climbing to 2,500 feet above us at 400 miles an hour. Is Red 4, one of our first-year pilots, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. McZ was born in the UK, but moved to New Zealand at the age of 10 and eventually joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force. He transferred to the Royal Air Force in 2002 and became a Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot. With the smoke on now, the team are forming our largest formation shape, which is Concord. Those 4 aircraft on the wings now drop back to be directly abeam Red 7 at the rear of the formation. So in this bend, this is Concord. The second jet from the right, as we look tail on, is flown by another of our first-year pilots, Red 2 Flight Lieutenant Martin Perth. Perth is another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2006. More recently, he's been flying the Harrier GR9 and flew operationally over Afghanistan. With the smoke on now, the team are reforming that shuttle formation that you saw at the start of the show. They're going to roll out 45 degrees to our left and get your cameras ready for a great photo opportunity. Reds 4 and 5 roll back, and this is Eagle. That's the command for the team to move back into 7 Arrow. I mentioned before about a monumentous year for the UK. Today's a great British sporting day with the Formula 1 at Silverstone and Andy Murray playing in the Wimbledon final. So a bit of red, white and blue for some British patriotism. And I can tell you now that Andy Murray is 6-4 down in the second set. Immediately to the left of the leader as we look tail off is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Mike Charles. He's another of our first-year pilots and another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2007. More recently, he's been flying the Typhoon, the Royal Air Force's newest fighter, where his duties were on quick reaction alert, protecting the airspace of both the UK and the Falkland Islands. Out to your right, you can see the team have formed a diamond. With 7 aircraft, we call this Short Diamond, and this is the Short Diamond Roll. That's the end of the first half of our display, ladies and gentlemen, where you've seen close formation flown in a rather dynamic fashion. We're now going to change the tempo and show you how the Hawk can perform. The Red Arrows fly the BAE Systems Hawk T1, which was designed as an advanced jet and weapons trainer and has been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976. It's very agile and precise to fly, and we're about to show you why all of our pilots love to do so. Out to the front, you can see the front 5 aircraft have straightened. That's reds 1 to 5, known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5, and you can see the synchro pair tucked in behind them. This formation is called Dagger, and as they roll out directly to your front, get your cameras ready for the start of the second half of the Red Arrows display. The smoke comes on. This is the detonator. Down the hill now. They'll be closing at over 800 miles an hour, descending to just 100 feet above the runway here at Fairford to fly the synchro pass. Synchro slingshot to the front. Look to your left for Enid as they approach for the first of their second half manoeuvre to the outside of the formation as they fly the rollbacks. And he pitches down to fly the Vortex. Smiley on the right is now descending at over 400 miles an hour, back down to 100 feet above the runway. And this is synchro flying the double roll. The vertical brake. Formation with red, white and blue. This is the Python. Smoke has turned white. We reduce that smoke by injecting regular diesel fuel into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust, which causes it to vaporise. The red and blue colours are made by simply adding a dye to that diesel, and we can carry 5 minutes of white and a minute each of red and blue. This afternoon, so we get another vortex. Another pilot on the team, who is Red 8 Flight Lieutenant Dave Davies. Dave's in his 4th year with the team, and although he doesn't have a part in the display, he does have crucial flying and planning roles, and it's he and I who make up the 9-ship formations for the official fly past this summer. So Synchro now descend to 100 feet again, closing at 800 miles an hour for their final manoeuvre of the display this afternoon. This is the opposition barrel roll. Smoke turns red, he pitches up to draw the symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. This is the infinity break. We are the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Statement from the show's organisers. It's about the unsettled weather we had in the days before the show.
Reds give us a full display later on today. The Reds are due at the moment for a display around 3 hours away on the morning and transport.